Hey everybody, welcome to Hockey Skate Down. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. So, I could not do a video where it included Adam Henrique because his name's been going around, and, this is a trade I would definitely love to see. I would love to see Adam Henrique back with the New Jersey Devils. I hated when this trade went down, but I understood at the time the Devils needed puck-moving right-shot defensemen. And, the Ducks needed more offense. So I understand where this trade went. I know the Devils didn't want to pay Henrique more on his next deal. So I understood at the time, but it still sucked to lose Henrique. But I would love to see Adam Henrique back. I think he would provide a lot. Being in the circumstances that the Devils are in, they're down a player with McLeod and all the situations surrounding him. So they need a better presence up front. I think they do need help offensively. Dowling and Tierney have been up and down to help out, but they need that better player to help them to make a playoff push, to try to get into the playoffs. And now it's desperation time. You need to bring in someone that can help, and I think they do need help up front, especially with the injury to Jack Hughes, and we don't know his timeline of when he's going to return. So, in this video, I want to talk about Adam Henrique and possibly a defenseman that the Devils can target in this trade as well, because I know a lot of Devils fans are going to say, we don't need another forward, we need defense and goaltending, which I understand. I do agree with that as well. But, with the situations, with the injuries that we've sustained this year, and the situation involving, we need that bottom six help as well. I think it's a good situation to try to bring in Henrique if it's a favorable deal for both sides. So let's talk about it in this video. So both Dave Pagnotta and Elliotte Friedman recently mentioned that the Devils were linked to Adam Henrique, but it's also other teams as well. So, per Dave Pagnotta, the Colorado Avalanche, the Nashville Predators, the Carolina Hurricanes, the Winnipeg Jets, the New Jersey Devils, and the New York Rangers are all linked to Adam Henrique. I would hate to see him in a Rangers jersey, I'll just say that right now. Elliotte Friedman, on a recent 32 Thoughts podcast, said, I would find it very hard to believe the New Jersey Devils in particular have not looked into Adam Henrique, which I hope they have. I really do. I love Adam Henrique. He's just a player that you can have confidence throwing out there in any given situation. He plays all three zones, very reliable, very efficient, and I know he's not going to put up a ton of points. He's been a consistent 40 to 50 point player, but he's good in the faceoff dot. You can count on him, and he sticks up for his teammates. I've watched a lot of Anaheim Ducks games this year, and with the young talent they have, Adam Henrique is always in the mix of things after scrums and stuff like that, sticking up for his teammates. So I always loved Adam Henrique. I would welcome this with open arms. So let's look at what Adam Henrique has done this year. So Adam Henrique, 33 years old, currently on a contract that pays him $5.825 million AAV. So any deal regarding him coming to the Devils has to have some salary retained from the Anaheim Ducks. He's listed as a left wing center, which Devil fans are very familiar with. He's 6 foot, 195 pounds. He's a 2008 third-round pick of the New Jersey Devils. His contract expires at the end of this season, the 23-24 season. Looking at his stats this year, he has a 53.4 face-off win percentage. So he's very good in the face-off dot. Looking at his stats, he's played in 48 games to date. 15 goals, 17 assists, 32 points. Not a bad year for him, especially on the Anaheim Ducks this year, who have been a struggling team. Last year, in the 22-23 season, he played in 62 games, 22 goals, 16 assists for 38 points. So I like what this could provide for the Devils, especially with Hughes out. You can have, right now, Hischier, you have Mercer, you have Holla, and you have Tierney and Dowling kind of filling up that void. If you can trade for Henrique, you could have Hischier, you could have Henrique, you could have Holla, Mercer. You have a mix and match with those three or four up and down. So I don't know who's going to be converted to wing or whatever, but you have more of a depth option. But when Hughes returns, you could have Hischier, you could have Hughes, you could have Henrique, and you could have Holla in the fourth spot. So that is center depth for this team that's really good and could really help to make a playoff push for this team. So I like Henrique, I really do. I like the way he plays. He's a versatile player. He can play up and down your lineup. He can play center. He can play left wing or right wing, whatever. He's most notably known as a left wing, but he's a versatile player who plays the game safe, plays the game smart, and he plays the game right. So I absolutely would adore Adam Henrique coming back to the New Jersey Devils. If they can do this, I would welcome it with open arms. So let's go over to the defense. So with the defense, you have a couple of names that, have been mentioned in rumors. Ilya Lyubushkin and Radko Gudas. For me, I would try to target Ilya Lyubushkin in this because his contract and his age is more favorable in regards to the Devils than Radko Gudas is. Radko Gudas is 33 years old, 6 foot, 205 pounds, $4 million on his contract this year, $4 million AAV, and his contract expires the end of the 25-26 season, which he has 2 more years left at $4 million on those next 2 years. So, he comes with some term. He's a bit older, but I like the way he plays. You've seen him play in the last couple of playoff runs. He's a warrior, man. This guy comes to battle every game. He's physical, he's aggressive, he hits hard, and he can provide some offense. His numbers weren't that bad this year. Looking at Lyubushkin, he's younger, 29 years old, 6'2", 201 pounds, $2.75 million AAV is his contract for this year. His contract expires at the end of the 23-24 season. He's a UFA at year's end. And looking at his stats this year, he has 72 hits to date, 46 games played. He has 0 goals, 4 assists, 4 points. So don't think of him coming in to provide any offense. He's not. He's known to provide that physical, hitting defenseman that the Devils lack. And he's 9th in the league with shot blocks at 119. So I like Lyubushkin. I saw him play closely with the Toronto Maple Leafs, with the Buffalo Sabres, now with the Ducks. And, I like the way he plays. He hits, he plays physical, he plays aggressive. Not mostly known for puck moving, but he provides the thing the Devils lack, which is a physical hitting defenseman. And I would like to have him. Both him and Henrique are UFA at year's end. So if you're giving away assets for getting these players, I understand they're free agents at the end of the year, but they're both at ages where you could still bring them back. Being that, if you like the way they gel well with the team, maybe you bring them back for a year or two. So there's still that option with these UFAs. I hate giving away assets for free agents, but in this situation, maybe it might work. Looking at what happened with Lyubushkin, his most recent trade, he was traded for a 4th-round pick. So maybe that's a similar return for Lyubushkin. Maybe it goes up to a 3rd-round pick this year. But, you're looking at that sort of deal for possibly Lyubushkin, which is a 3rd or 4th-round pick. So that would have to be included in this deal. Looking at Adam Henrique, you're going to need some salary retained on his deal possibly. I know the Devils can have players. They have players on LTIR, which does help the situation. So, that helps the whole cap situation with the Devils. They can swing this, but if salary needs to be retained, the Ducks can do it, and they'll get more of a return. But looking at Henrique, with all those teams that are involved, it's definitely going to be a pick and a prospect is what you're going to hear from him, especially at his age. He's an older player, but a lot of teams want that. They're going to be looking at Lindholm. They're going to be looking at Monahan, and they're going to be looking at Adam Henrique. And whatever option that they can get on a cheaper thing, maybe they can't get Monahan for what they expect and Lindholm for what they expect, and they turn their focus to Adam Henrique, which would drive up the price. But to me, I think he's going to go for a pick and a prospect. Maybe a 2nd-round pick and a good prospect is what I'm assuming. So maybe if the Devils are able to swing Adam Henrique and Ilya Lyubushkin, maybe it's not a package that includes their big-name prospects and they can hold on to them, but they're going to have to give up something. But with this, I would welcome this. I think the Devils do need help as we enter after the All-Star game and starting our games back up. They're going to need help. It's just been one of those years where injuries has really hurt this team, and just overall gameplay has just been lacking this year. And I've done a couple of videos on it. I talked about in every video with defense and goaltending. I know we need a goaltender, but if you need that option, if the good trade for Fitzgerald comes, we still have prospects that maybe you might have to use to attract, to get that bigger name goaltender in. So we'll see what happens. But this may be a situation where if the Devils need help at forward, Devils need help on defense, it could be one of those trades that could help both teams out. So comment below. What do you think about this? What do you think about Adam Henrique being a New Jersey Devil again, and Ilya Lyubushkin, or even Radko Gudas, throw in his name too. So comment below, let me know. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your time. Smash that like button if you haven't done so, and subscribe to Hockey Skate Down. It's free, and join the hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the night. Have a great day tomorrow. Take it easy. Stay safe.